Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Panwo TV. Help me, Ben Goldacre, help me! I need some of your white man's Western Big Pharma medicine! Actually, I've actually read Ben Goldacre's book. It's called Bad Science, and if you read the Panwo blog, you'll see that I've actually written a review of it. Basically, you know, he's not pro-Big Pharma, Goldacre. You know, he's a doctor who slags off alternative medicine and promotes so-called scientific medicine. But he's not a pro-Big Pharma guy. He speaks out against Big Pharma as well, which makes him quite hard to sort of deal with. He'd be much easier to deal with if he was sort of anti-alternative and pro-Big Pharma. You know, the pharmaceutical corporations couldn't do a thing wrong. You know, that would make him very easy to deal with. The thing is, like, when he criticises alternative medicine, he tends to pick on mostly what I call the lightweights. He goes for Gillian McKeith, you know, Matthias Rath. He tends to sort of like, he goes for the weaklings. You know, he completely avoids and never even mentions what I think are far more credible characters. And if you read my review of the Alternative View 2 conference on the Panwo blog, again, you'll have to scroll down a bit. You'll see that people like Len Horowitz, Arpad Pusztai, Susan Bardosh are far more, they're far more credible and believable and scientific and, you know, generally good researchers. Gillian McKeith is a lightweight, but she's one of the most famous of all. So why? Have you noticed that actually? Oh, excuse me. Have you noticed that? I've got to keep this elevated. Have you noticed that in all alternative views, it's the least credible person, the sloppiest researcher, the most unprofessional and, you know, basically sanctimonious bastard who ends up the most famous one of all. And a good example is Bart Sobral. When it comes to the moon landing hoax, he is the most famous guy. You always think about Bart Sobral whenever you think about the moon landing hoax. He's a crap researcher, he's an unprofessional git, he's a sensationalist, and he is the public face of the moon hoax theory. People like David Percy, Mary Bennett, you know, Jim White never get a mention. Why is that? Think about that, eh? Now, I'm sure by now you're wondering why I'm sitting like this with my arm in a sling and my leg up. I had a little accident yesterday. I was walking down the stairs and one of our cats, Jessie, tripped me up. She sent me flying headfirst down the stairs, and I had to go to hospital and have some of that white man's Big Pharma Western medicine that Ben Goldacre loves so much. I've got, basically, it's just a spray and there's nothing broken. So, if the Illuminati were hoping to put me in traction or something like that, well, you failed. I should be alright in a week or so. You know, in the meantime, you know, I'm not going to let that get me down. I'm still making a Panwo TV videos. I'm not angry with little Jessie, because she's a cat, and cats do cat things. And one of those things is they tend to sort of like move at awkward times in ways that we humans don't. You know, humans know instinctively how to get out of the way of someone else, or to queue and take it in turns to go through turnstiles and around corners and through gates and things. Cats don't. You know, Jessie was just walking up the stairs towards me. She decided to stop on the step just when I was walking down. You know, and it's a great shame. You know, she tripped me up. She wasn't hurt, luckily, because I kicked her slightly, accidentally, when I was falling, and she did not get hurt, and I'm glad of that. You know, cats, they do things like they'll hide underneath the car on the road. I don't know if you noticed this. And you know, when cars are rushing past, looking really confused and scared, they'll hide underneath the car, and they'll dash straight out into the road exactly when a car's about to come towards them. And some of them get hit and killed when they're doing that. Again, they get confused. They don't do the human thing. I'm actually, it's quite sore actually. My ankle in particular is pretty painful, and I'm basically just waiting for it to get better. But I'm being proactive, you see, and so this is what Ben Goldacre is not going to like, because I'm actually going for acupuncture. Yeah, I am. Tomorrow I'm heading off to see somebody who's offered me a free acupuncture course, which will take a few days, and they've offered me several other alternative healing methods as well at the same time, which I've accepted. And I'll tell you what, let this film be data and experiments to see how well these alternative remedies perform, because I'll let you know how soon I get better, because my prognosis from the doctor in the emergency department of the hospital and the trauma unit today was that it would be 2 weeks before I was back to normal. Let's see if we can make it faster. Let's see if with acupuncture and alternative treatment, I can get back on my feet quicker. I'll let you know when I'm up on my feet. I'll let you know when I'm back to work and when I'm doing my normal thing. And I can't go back to work until I'm fully healed because, you see, I'm a hospital porter. Yep, that's what I am, a hospital porter. I may not have mentioned it before, but just in case I haven't, that's what I am. And of course, I don't just want to get back on my feet to be a hospital porter, even though I'm extremely proud and dignified to be a hospital porter. I want to be back on my feet so I can fight the New World Order. Because there's so much to do. I mean, there's Big Brother, there's CCTV cameras. You know, they're trying to give my kid vaccines at school, and of course I'm not letting them do that, but they try to take their fingerprints. There's the Lisbon Treaty in Ireland, you know, and people, you know, have to vote now, and whether this treaty is going to go ahead, which will be another step towards the EU, which has got to be stopped. You know, and there's people in Ireland doing an awful lot to stop it. You know, like my old mate, Alternative Media, he's really he's working hard to do this. Blimey, there's the vaccines, there's chemtrails. You look on the Panwo blog, I've just written a whole load of stuff about chemtrails. There's a whole load more to do. I haven't got time to sit around like this, have I? Well, I might do for a bit, but rest assured, this is not the end of Ben the JR Porter. Okay? Just like the swine flu wasn't the end of me, this ain't going to be either. I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be kicking bottom. I'll produce lots and more videos for you to see, which will give you inspiration and information. You know, I've got a lot planned, so watch this space, won't you? When I see you next, I hope to be fighting fit and up on my feet and running around like you wouldn't believe. That's all really for now. So, Hospital Porter's Pride and Dignity, stop the New World Order. This has been a Panwo TV special. Oh no. Right, I'll switch this camera off now. Oh. Seems I make these movies on my own, no one helps me. Not even when I ask.